Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I've been seeing more of this. It's this strange guilt tripping movement going on where black folks are trying to pressure and shame other black people into going out and protesting. I personally don't think this is okay. I don't think it's right to push this on people, especially in the time like this when the streets are dangerous, tension are high, and consequences are real. If you personally feel called to protest, if that's what's in your heart to do, by all means just go. But there were some folks are out here shaming others, calling them cowards or saying they ain't true or ain't down for the cause. That's where I draw the line. Everyone wants to risk their lives just to make a political statement in public. Not everyone wants to be out there where one wrong move or simply fitting the description could put you in back of a police car or worse. Speaking of that, did you even hear what's being said now about what could happen if you stand in the way of the police? Well, just in case you missed it, listen to this.
If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firearm, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at because we will kill you graveyard Ed. We're not going to play. This has got to stop.
You see what I mean? You can't ignore this reality. The truth is, the moment a group of black people shows up to one of these protests, they immediately fit the so-called description. Descriptions that justifies all kinds of harm, arrest, and brutality. So why are some of you trying to pressure your own community into walking straight into the danger, into something that can become an early grave? Anyway, I've collected a few clips for you guys so that you can listen for yourselves from these black brothers and sisters pressuring, guilt-tripping black folks into joining these protests. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll come back at the end of this video. Please watch the entire video, please.
See, I'm at work right now, but I had to go ahead and make this video because a lot of y'all got the game fucked up completely. Let me go ahead and say a few things about this LA riot shit and the Hispanics and the black. A lot of y'all are so fucking confused and ill in the brain, and it's fucking sad, literally. I need to just go ahead and start saying that y'all just don't like Mexicans. Just go ahead and say it. Because y'all bitches beating around the bush and keep saying, they didn't fight with us and then they are doing this and they're doing that. What the fuck is up with y'all on this tit for tat ass shit? Like, this shit is weird and corny as fuck. At the end of the day, I'm human and black immediately after that. Immediately after that. And I'm gonna always fight for black people first. But at the end of the motherfucking day, at the end, the people that y'all feel so strongly about, y'all saying, oh, they messing up neighborhoods and they're doing this and they're coming in and doing this and who's gonna do... You guys are fucking filled with hate and it's disgusting. You just need to get a fucking grip. A reality check needs to be put upon y'all. It's bad. I don't know why it's so hard for y'all to just stand up for what the fuck is right. If y'all feel like they didn't do something for y'all, why can't y'all just fucking wait? This is the thing that's really getting me. Why do half of y'all don't have no integrity? The word of the motherfucker is gonna be integrity. Where the fuck is you integrity at? Where's your humanity at? At the end of the fucking day, how the fuck are y'all mad at Hispanics coming here across borders? I understand it is a lot of it's a lot of Mexican families moving in at one time. I do understand what everybody's saying, but at the end of the day, it's a way to go about things on both sides, yes, but there's a way to go about things. Ooh, I'm getting riled up. Hold on. The story is y'all feeling like how Mexicans didn't come and fight the fight with us. When I was at fucking protests in LA, I went to 3, and I'll show y'all the videos if y'all need it. So my thing is, plenty of the people that was out there working Mexican. There was a lot of Mexicans out there, white people, fucking Asian. It was a lot of people out there. You just are so fucking corny because at the end of the motherfucker, none of y'all on the internet went to no protest. A black protest, an Asian protest, an Indian protest. None of y'all brought any protests. But y'all feel so strongly about this one because you are racist. Just go ahead and admit it. Lame ass. And I'm going back in to clock out. Bobby.
These Mexicans asked for that. That's what they get. The Latinos should have watched what they were saying. This is the state of California, and the Electoral College showing you that it's blue, and all 54 Electoral College votes went towards Kamala Harris. Those people in California did not vote for this. As a matter of fact, according to Unidos USA, Kamala Harris won 66% of the Latino vote in California against Donald Trump. According to another source, Vocast, 55% of the Latino respondents in California supported Kamala Harris. I get it though. It's a learned programming. White folks do it the same way. They pick the worst example of black folks and then define the entire community that way and say this justifies doing y'all like that. That's what y'all doing to the Mexicans. That's what y'all doing to the Latino community. I'm talking about majority of California voted for Kamala Harris, and that's where Donald Trump is deciding to unlaunch this crazy militaristic approach towards mass deportation. Y'all don't see this retaliation? This man sees anybody that disagrees with him as an enemy. He feel like if you voted against him, you disagree with them, therefore you an enemy. He said he's starting with the enemy within next. California is obviously the enemy within he's starting with first. He said it back in October when he suggested that he'll use the military for the enemy within if he's reelected. This from recent. Trump uses LA protests to redirect dissent from policy failures to enemy within. Them folks stormed the Capitol, was beating up on law enforcement. One of them lost their life. He pardoned them. He deployed the National Guard in LA because he felt like law enforcement was being disrespected and being hit with rocks. The Latino community in California did not vote for this. They did not ask for this. They ain't got nothing to do with the strays y'all sending towards these folks in this state.
I just watched a video of a woman using election results for why she won't protest ICE raids. She even makes a point to say that this group of people have been racist to her before, so she's not going. And if you are someone who thinks like this, you are playing the fool and have internalized a race realist delusion. Latino is not a race. You got white Latinos who would never be stopped by ICE. That's why they're not speaking out on it and probably voted for Trump. You got brown Latinos who are super respectable and won't speak out on the police brutality that the black Latinos are going through. It's a diverse group that America tries to racialize to further the tensions, making their plan of divide and commodify that much easier. And y'all are playing into it. A lot of y'all have accepted white definitions by labeling people what they are to you rather than acknowledging their history and where they come from. And this is ironically coming from someone married to a white person. And I usually don't see the point in bringing that up until someone does something like this, because you got to point out how these people only live in a reality that serves their narrative. Because how do you have more racial tensions with a group of people so large that it encompasses your race more so than the white man? I'm not protesting white supremacy because the white supremacist I voted for lost, is what y'all are saying and why I call it a fucking delusion. You're not making sense. Not politically, not ethically, and I would even say as far as y'all are willing to go, you're not even making sense emotionally.
Now let's talk about this whole ICE situation we got going on in LA. I'm seeing all these influencers either flat out ignore it or dance around the situation. Here's my take on it. Why are Mexicans the only immigrants being targeted? Like there's not white immigrants, Asian immigrants, and the list goes on, right? 2, y'all say they come in here and stealing all our jobs. I have never once seen a Spanish-speaking Mexican greet me at Macy's. I have never once seen a Spanish-speaking immigrant greet me at Starbucks and say, "Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Quieres leche en tu coffee?" Doesn't happen. Guess what? You will go to a job site, to a new development, construction site. You're going to see a lot of Mexicans. Here's why. They get the job done fast, efficiently, and they do a good job. Yes, they gonna blast their Corridos music. Yes, you might find a Corona bottle in the trash can near the site. But are they gonna get the job done fast and good? Yes. Does the super know? Does OSHA know that they're not wearing hard hats? Yes, they don't care because they get the job done. Let's talk about the Spanish-speaking women, Mexican immigrants, what they do. Work 7 days a week, housekeepers, janitors at all the hospitals. What jobs are they stealing? Why were those jobs available for them? Because y'all didn't want to do those jobs in the first place. They know that they are undocumented. Guess what? They still hiring them because they finna do a good ass job. Yes. Next, they're feeding the ecosystem. How? All of those people be paying taxes. Bet you didn't know that. They not stealing the housing, right? Because if you know Mexicans, you know that there'd be several families living in one home. till they got enough to buy.
People that are saying that we should be outside right now helping the Latinos and the Hispanics protest. Why are you guys saying that? Don't get me wrong. I think what the government is doing is terrible. But why would we sacrifice 90% of our community? Because we're 90% united. Why would we sacrifice 90% of our community and they only sacrifice 50% of theirs? They're not even united in their own community. So why would we go out 90% strong and 50% of them voted for this or they're sitting at home? Please explain that to me.
Folks do know that Mexicans, Hispanics, and Latinos are not the only immigrants in the United States of America. For all the black folks out there, real quick, y'all do realize folks from the Caribbean are considered immigrants. Folks from the continent of Africa are considered immigrants. So when you say as black folks, this is not our fight or you're sitting it out because they voted for this, who is the they? Because people from Latin American countries are not the only people that are getting kidnapped by ICE. And folks being deported are not citizens and therefore cannot vote. The biggest content creator on this app was detained by ICE. He is not Latino or Hispanic. He is black and actually has European citizenship, from Italy to be specific. So where's the line? Because y'all do know Shirley Chisholm, both her parents are from the Caribbean. Marcus Garvey, Jamaica. Malcolm X's mother is from Grenada. And that's not a state in the South. And for everyone still talking about the election, but somehow anti-immigrant and immigration, y'all do know Kamala Harris's parents are immigrants.
Before I say anything, I just want it to be known that I completely stand with the protesters in Los Angeles. A lot of people are being mistreated. A lot of people are being hurt. A lot is happening right now. I'm going to make a video talking about all the atrocities happening to the people. But before I can comfortably make that video, I need to address what is going on regarding the black community. If you've been online, you've probably seen a large number of black people, especially black women, saying that this isn't their fight and that they're going to sit this one out. And a lot of people are upset at that stance. I've seen a lot of think pieces. I've seen a lot of smoke towards the black community regarding their stance on that. I completely understand where these people are coming from, but, and forgive me if I get upset, at the exact same time, I have seen so many think pieces, so many videos, guilt tripping, disrespecting, and completely trying to gaslight the black community into helping the cause. After everything the black community has been through, after everything the black community has done, especially black women have carried so many social protests in this country for centuries. A lot of people are trying to make light of the 92% claim, but that's real. No other group, including black men, even came close to matching that number. And at the end of the day, black people are still supporting the cause. So when black people, especially black women, say, hey, we support you, but we're not going to put our lives on the line, every single person that is upset by that stance is only showing dismissal of the black experience and pure entitlement. Before all of this happened, people were saying black people were lazy, black people were ghetto, black people were violent, black people were illiterate, black people were stupid, black people were incapable. Black fatigue, black fatigue, black fatigue, black fatigue. And no one said anything to defend black people. I rarely saw videos of people in uproar about this. The thing that upsets me the most is the idea that the world looks down on black people. But the moment it's time for people to start putting their lives on the line, the first thing that people do every single time is look straight to black people. I've seen so many shitty takes. I saw a man say, oh, all black people do is vote every 4 years. No fucking shit. What are you supposed to do? If people voted right the first time, none of this shit would have happened. Honestly, that is the dumbest fucking take I have ever heard. I've seen videos of people crying saying, oh my God, this is the first time this has ever happened in American history. Can you imagine what it feels like to be persecuted for the color of your skin? Wow. Really? I really wonder what it feels like to be belittled and enslaved and oppressed and abused simply because of the color of your skin. I couldn't imagine what that feels like. There is a culture of anti-blackness in almost every single group, and all black people have wanted for so long is for these groups to acknowledge that this anti-blackness exists and to do something about it, to call it out when it happens. But time and time again, it's been dismissed. It's been denied. Oh, What are you talking about? We have no idea what you're talking about. They keep telling black people to get over it. Get over it. It's not as bad as it used to be. It's not happening anymore. Nothing's holding you back. Get over it. But then things keep fucking happening that shows the truth of how things really are. So when the black community says no, we are going to put ourselves first as a people, you genuinely have no right to get upset at anybody. I've seen people make think pieces about the black community saying that the only reason why they don't want to protest is because they're lazy and they don't do shit. I've been seeing so many people trying to guilt trip black people into going outside. White people, Hispanic people, Asian people. I've even seen black people say this shit. Oh, if you don't want to go outside and put your life on the line, you're a CIA operative. Shut the fuck up. Like, genuinely shut the fuck up. I am an Afro-Caribbean American. I am the son of foreigners, but I am also a black American. If there's going to be an expectation for automatic black solidarity from any group, it needs to be addressed that there is a culture of anti-blackness in a majority of cultures around the world that needs to be addressed and dismantled from the inside out. And if you cannot address the blatant anti-blackness that black people face on a day-to-day basis, all I ask of you is that you have the exact same fucking smoke that you have for the black community for every other group that allowed this shit to happen. There's been so many other groups of people that have enabled and even supported what's been happening, and people rarely have anything to say towards them. The first thing people always want to do is make think pieces towards black people. All I ask from you is that if you genuinely have a problem with black people supporting from the sidelines, I need you to have the exact same animosity, the exact same energy, the exact same talking points for every other group that allowed this shit to happen. Do not come at black people unless you have the same energy for those other groups too.
So before we end this video, there's something that really stood out to me, something that left me, shaking my head, because I don't even understand how we got here. Did you catch what the first brother said? Did you actually hear what he said? He was bold enough to suggest that black people should just go ahead and say that they hate Mexicans. Like, what? When did this even reach this point? How did this conversation get twisted and blown so far out of proportion that now folks are actually trying to label this as hate? I personally don't think that that is what is happening. I don't think that this is about hate. I don't think that this is about bitterness. Like I mentioned in my previous video, and like I'll keep saying, this whole situation is deeper than the surface reasons people keep throwing around on social media. People are trying to make this about excuses. They're saying it's about jealousy, about being bitter, about being lazy, about not caring about other struggles. But I'm here to tell you, from someone who has been doing this type of content, covering this for a long time, listening to the voices of the community, this ain't about that. This is about something else entirely. I've come to a conclusion, a different conclusion about why black folks are standing firm on this decision not to go out there and put themselves on the front lines for someone else's cause. And I'll get deeper into that very shortly. But let me try to put it this way. The reason why a lot of black folks are choosing to stay home, the reason why you see this refusal to run into protest, why you see this hesitation, the pulling back, it's not because they don't care. It's not because they hate Mexicans. It's not because they wish bad on anybody. It's because of trauma. Generational trauma, generational trauma that sits so deep into the bones of black people that it shapes how they move without even realizing it sometimes. This trauma response, plain and simple, call it what you want, survival instinct, generational memory, self-preservation, but that's what it is, because time and time again, black people have gone out there, stood on the front lines, shouted for others, put themselves in harm's way, not just for their own causes, but for other people's causes too. And what's the return? There's rarely reciprocity. There's rarely return loyalty. There's rarely that same energy when black people need support. So when you mix that betrayal with election results, and yes, let's talk about that for a second. I'm not saying every Mexican voted for the raid, of course not, but the majority did, and this is what came out of it. Policies that hate black folks even more, decision that stripped away protection and opened the floodgates of for more harm to come to black communities. It's no wonder that now when black folks are being asked to suit up, show up, protest, fight, march, risk their life and limb, the answer is no. Not this time, not until something changes. But here's where the problem really kicks in. Black folks have no right, and I mean no right, to make other black people to feel guilty because they choose not to protest. If you feel it in your spirit to get out there, to hold signs, to march, that's your right. Go ahead and protest. But don't drag others into that decision. Don't shame others for choosing self-preservation. Preservation. Don't call them cowards. Don't guilt trip them into risking their lives for something they don't believe will save them. Because the bigger picture, the real reason black folks are staying home, it's not selfish. It's not because of hate or jealousy. It's not apathy. It's simply trauma. Yeah, it is. It's so wrapped up in that box, the box of generational wounds that haven't healed. And I know in my heart, deep down, that black people do care. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's not that they don't care. It's not that they want harm to come to others. It's that the weight of history is heavy, and that weight shapes our decisions today. It's trauma, whether anyone wants to admit it or not. And that's what I think. That's my honest opinion. I could be wrong. I could be seeing this from my angle alone, but that's how I feel after watching all of this unfold over the past few weeks. But what do you think about this? I want to know. Do you agree? Do you think this is all just a trauma response? Or is there something else going on that I'm not seeing, that I don't know about? Please let me know in the comment section down below. And as usual, I'll see you in my next video. Stay peaceful.